A very good evening. You're watching Primetime News on MTV Sports. My name is Ravi Gamage.
And I'm Punchani Edrasingha. Take a look at your headlines now.
Mohammad Maharouf appointed as the opposition leader of the Colombo Municipal Council. President arrives in Thailand on a 4-day official visit. Demonstration in Colombo demanding the release of political prisoners. Colombo Stock Exchange hits a new low. And CEB employees stage a token strike requesting a solution to salary anomalies.
Well, before we move on to local news, senators in the Philippines have found the country's top judge guilty of failing to declare his wealth, paving the way for his removal from office. A majority of senators found Supreme Court Chief Justice Renato Corona had breached the Constitution by not declaring assets worth $2.4 million in foreign currency accounts. His trial is central to anti-corruption efforts by President Benigno Aquino. He is the first Chief Justice to be impeached and convicted in the Philippines, a country notorious for corruption at all levels of government. Prosecutors argued that Corona offered lame excuses to avoid public accountability.
Honorable Secretary.
Mohammad Maharouf has been appointed as the opposition leader of the Colombo Municipal Council. General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Minister Maithripala Sirisena, noted that the request made by the majority of opposition members was taken into consideration when making this decision.
At a media briefing held at the opposition leader's office at the Colombo Municipal Council today, Mohammad Maharouf said that he will serve as the opposition leader with the consent of the majority of opposition members. Today, I have been appointed as the opposition leader with the consent of 19 out of 21 members. The chief opposition whip who worked with us, Manzil, attended the meeting held yesterday, in which I also participated. This implies that he too will support us. Therefore, we have 20 members. We have issued copies of the letter that was directed to the President by 17 members. Madhu Madhava did not attend it while Mahinda Kandagama is overseas. 19 members have endorsed his leadership. What is the majority that is required than this?
Not only
in the Colombo Municipal Council, but when selecting opposition leaders to other local government institutions as well, it is our policy to endorse the decision that has been taken by the majority. Thereby, we have endorsed the request made by opposition members at the Colombo Municipal Council about the opposition leader. Moreover, General Secretary of the United People's Freedom Alliance, Susil Premajayanta, and I have endorsed this. This appointment has been done according to the wish of the councillors.
අනුමත කරලා යවලා තිබෙනවා මන්ත්‍රීවරුන්ගේ කැමැත්ත අනුව තමයි මේ පත්වීම කෙරලා තිබෙන්නේ. ඔව් මාරුප් මැතිතුමා මේ විදිහට පත් වෙනවා.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa arrived in Thailand early this morning on a 4-day official visit. The president is due to hold bilateral talks with Thai Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra.
Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand and several other officials welcomed the President at the Swarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok. The ambassadors of both countries were also present at the occasion. According to the President's media unit, the President is also scheduled to meet Thailand's Princess Maha Chakri Sirindorn and the business community. 2 MOUs are to be signed between the two Ministers of External Affairs.
A protest was held in Colombo today urging the government to free political prisoners. The protest, which saw the participation of various parties, including political parties and civil activists, was organized by the movement to free political prisoners.
Representatives of political parties, trade unions and civil activists participated in the protest, which was held opposite the Valikada prison. The demonstration also saw the participation of parents of those who are believed to have disappeared.
In 2008, my son was abducted. We still do not know where he is. I beg them to find my son. My son has not returned. It has been 6 years. It doesn't matter where my son is. Just show him to me.
There are about 800 Tamil inmates in prisons across the island. Many of them have been in prison for over 10 years. There are no cases filed against them. This government is attempting to show that they are terrorists before the international community and make statements that there are no political prisoners. Today the government has fallen back and released Fonseca with a limited amount of freedom. We say that this is good. However, they are still not ready to release the Tamil political prisoners. They say that there are various charges against them. Then we would like to ask them whether there have been no allegations against the political prisoners who have been released so far. The government says that it brought peace to the country after concluding the war. Excellent. We are happy about it. The Tamil community in the country is searching for freedom around the country. LTT leaders have now become government ministers. Those who followed their orders are now prisoners. Please pardon and release the political prisoners. Send the others for rehabilitation. Meanwhile, Minister of Rehabilitation and Prison Reform, Chandrasiri Gajadhira, said that there is no such group as political prisoners.
There
is no group as political prisoners. Under the provisions of ordinance, there is no provision to define an individual as a political prisoner. All inmates in prison are the same. When an individual is in prison, no information is collected as to whether he is a political prisoner or not. We do not have a definition for a political prisoner.
Non-executive staff of the Ceylon Electricity Board engaged in a token strike this afternoon, demanding a solution to their salary anomalies.
This footage was captured from near the head office of the Ceylon Electricity Board this afternoon. The Joint Trade Union Alliance of the Ceylon Electricity Board alleges that the authorities have not taken any steps to address their salary anomalies.
They have deployed 2 individuals who were recruited outside the proper procedure for billing services just to show that activities are being carried out smoothly. Around 15,000 employees of the Electricity Board have left their respective offices and taken to the streets. They have given a slap on the face of the government. This is the true strength of the electricity employees. We call on the government to solve this issue in a reasonable manner, at least by tomorrow. If not, it will have to face trade union action.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Ceylon Electricity Board, Professor Vimala Dharma Bevikrama Ishu, in a communique stated that electricity will be supplied uninterrupted to the public irrespective of any trade union action. The communique also states that a committee has been appointed to find a solution to the salary anomalies and other related issues. It also requests the support of all trade unions to assist in the process.
We have been receiving numerous comments on the token strike launched by the non-executive staff of the CEB. There were mixed comments posted by the public on our website www.newsfirst.lk. Here are some of the comments that we chose. Kanishka Sukadapala has expressed his opposition to the strike, stating, quote, "This is totally unfair. How many times does the government have to increase their salaries?" unquote. Another comment on our website read, quote, "Finally the public will have to pay for the mistakes of the authorities," unquote. Amla Subasinghe meanwhile said, quote, "Inflation is too much. Please give them what they are asking and don't let the people suffer for your problems," unquote. And our final comment basically sums up the sentiment of the public. Quote, "Not surprised. Everyone is protesting these days," unquote. Well, you too can express your views by simply logging on to our website www.newsfirst.lk.
5 miles from Beaumaris to Chester today and was carried by 125 inspirational torchbearers from all walks of life.
Day 11 of the 2012 London Olympic torch relay saw the flame travel by lifeboat and visit the summit of Snowdon, where it was carried by mountaineer Sir Chris Bonington. The first torchbearer of the day was 15-year-old Lona Price, who was nominated through the London Olympic Games Organising Committee public nomination campaign for overcoming visual impairment to compete in karate and gymnastics. Other torchbearers during the day, including Olympic gymnast Bet Tweldam, who carried the flame to Saltney. The flame will travel to the summit of Snowdon in a minus lantern on the Snowdon Mountain Railway. Towards the end of the 2-hour show in Chester, the last torchbearer of the day lit a celebration cauldron on stage at the event.
The Met Department states that several areas around the country may experience showers in the coming days, even though the southwest monsoon conditions have not been fully activated.
Deputy Director S.R. Jayasekara has stated that showers can be expected in several areas, including the central, Sabaragamu and western provinces, as well as in the Galle and Mathura districts. Due to the convergence of wind, there is still a high probability of heavy rains in most areas. With heavy showers experienced in the recent past in the western province, the Met Department noted that the southwestern monsoon conditions had been activated. Why have the rains receded to a certain extent? We inquired about this as well. A weather forecast predicts what is probable. When there is a probability of heavy showers, we include it in the weather forecast. As the monsoon is not fully established as yet, heavy showers can be expected. Many areas around the country experienced heavy rain in the past 24 hours, which ended at 8:30 a.m. today. Meanwhile, the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau has confirmed that the epicenters of the tremors felt around the country recently were located within the country itself. We know for certain that the tremors originated from the southern slopes of the Central Hills. The first tremor registered 3.6 on the Richter scale, while the second tremor registered nearly 3.3 or 3.4 on the Richter scale.
We now return to one of our headline stories. The Colombo Stock Exchange, which not so long ago was the best performing stock exchange in the world, is in the doldrums today. The key indices of the Colombo Stock Exchange have been heading south for quite some time now, and the trend continued today as well. Ramesh Irugala Bandara joins us now with a comprehensive analysis of what is causing this decline.